A very good afternoon. Welcome to BBC London. I'm Thomas Magill. Thousands of pro-Palestine campaigners have marched through central London calling for a ceasefire in the war in Gaza. It's the 18th protest organised by the Palestine Solidarity Campaign since the conflict began in October. The event was briefly stopped when counter-protesters blocked crowds near Green Park. 2 men were detained by police. A man's been taken to hospital after being hit by a police van on Turnpike Lane in North London. He was taken to a major trauma centre, but his injuries are not thought to be life-threatening. The Met's Directorate of Professional Standards has been informed. Police in Essex are using live facial recognition cameras to help find serious offenders. The technology is being used in Harlow and works by matching faces against those on watch lists. It follows similar operations elsewhere in the county, but critics have raised concerns about privacy and how the data is used and stored. Commuters in southwest London are being warned of disruption as repairs to Kew Railway Bridge get underway from today. The overground and the District Line will be closed between Kew Gardens and Gunnersbury for 4 weekends. It's so hundreds of old wheel timbers can be replaced on the Grade 2 listed crossing. Now, Trafalgar Square was buzzing earlier with the sights, sounds and cuisine of a festival celebrating black culture and creativity called Black in the Square. Jessica Ure was there and spoke to some of those enjoying this popular and free event.
In this iconic square in the centre of London, today is a celebration. A chance to explore music, food and art and experience the breadth of London's black culture and creativity.
Returning for its second year, the festival is an opportunity for Londoners and visitors to embrace the cultural diversity of the capital.
And maybe experience something you've never experienced before.
I love fish and chips. I've just had jerk fish and chips. It is amazing. The point being, there's a whole range of food, fashion, art, music, spoken poetry, and it shows the breadth, the depth of talent in London. And after the awful summer with riots across the country, this shows the joys and the strength of our diversity.
This is a broader opportunity. You know, Notting Hill Carnival is very much about the Caribbean community, a legacy of the Windrush generation. So for me, Black on the Square allows room for other aspects of black culture to be celebrated and acknowledged and enjoyed, and even an education for I guess, the general public who might not be so engaged with the black community.
Black artists showcase some of the best of London's music.
I grew up in East London. And unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of good representation in my area. And being here is quite surreal, being in and amongst London. And being part of such an event like this, it's magical. It's magical.
You know what, it's like, I've done a lot of festivals before, and the ones that you've heard about, like Wireless, Glastonbury, but for this to be so, decisive and aimed at a particular message and a culture is like, yeah, extremely special.
The hope is that the festival becomes an annual fixture in the capital. Jessica Ure, BBC London.
And that takes us nicely to the weather with Corsair.
Hello there, good evening. Well, whilst the weekend started off largely dry today, we are expecting more in the way of unsettled weather to arrive in from the south, with this area of low pressure bringing some thunderstorms for this evening and overnight. So it becomes increasingly cloudy and unsettled, some potentially torrential downpours, some frequent lightning, maybe a few drier, clearer interludes by the end of the night, but temperatures holding up at around the mid to high teens. Now tomorrow there will be some cloud around, some sunny spells, but also some further scattered showers. Some of these showers again could be heavy with the odd rumble of thunder, and temperatures generally reaching the high teens once more. Monday does look like it should be largely dry but cloudy. Some rain potentially on Tuesday, but for the rest of the week it does become cooler, although it should be drier with some sunny spells as well.
And just before we go, a reminder that drivers have got until tonight to submit their application for the ULEZ scrappage scheme. The money will allow drivers of non-compliant vehicles to get cash grants. TfL guarantees any applications submitted before midnight will be processed. And that's it from me. There's more on the BBC News app. We will be back again tomorrow at tea time. Until then, have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.